featuring the biggest names and the best stories in sports. The following is a presentation of E60. Sports Matter.
This is Google the GOAT. He may not look like much, but to this guy, he's everything. This is El Daffer. Career earnings, more than $1 million.
A lot of these thoroughbred racehorses get very, very nervous. And you can have a horse, once the horse figures out on race day, hey, today's gonna be a race, they can expend a lot of nervous energy throughout the day. So the fact that you have a companion goat that can be there to help keep the horse calm can absolutely make a difference in how the horse competes.
Like in 2010, when El Daffer and Google were living together in Florida. That fall, El Daffer traveled to Kentucky to run in his first big race, the Turfway Park Handicap.
He went over to the track and he was going out of his mind. His eyes were bugging out, he was sweating, he was running around in the stall. They called back to Florida and said, look, this horse can't run in this race. It's impossible. He's just acting like a lunatic. And they said, that's funny, the goat's doing the same thing. So they flew the goat to Cincinnati. They drove him to Turfway Park. They put him in the stall for 3 days. Everybody calmed down, and then he won a $500,000 race.
El Daffer in front, a tone falling knife, and El Daffer.
El Daffer had become a very valuable horse, which means Google had become a very valuable goat. But even if you have a franchise goat like Google, you still need a deep bench.
After he won that big race, they didn't want to disturb him, and so they decided to have a backup plan. So they had to get Yahoo as the backup goat.
Now retired, El Daffer, Google, and Yahoo live out their days munching on Kentucky bluegrass. But not every ending is so storybook. Consider the star-crossed saga of the filly We Miss Frankie and her goat, Pickles.
Pickles just adored her. He was going to be her man. He gave her confidence. He made her feel safe. He was hers, she was his.
At their home in Santa Anita, California, they were a power couple. We Miss Frankie racked up 3 wins and more than $500,000. And when she was injured and needed surgery, Pickles was the strong man she needed.
In the morning, the van arrived to bring wee Miss Frankie to the surgery center. And she came out of her barn, she was approaching the van, and then all of a sudden she stopped. She wouldn't walk any further. So I said to my trainer, go get Pickles. Pickles, trotted out. Pickles walked right up into the van and she followed right behind him.
But by 2013, Wee Miss Frankie was ready for a new stage in her life. She moved overseas and became a mom. Pickles, meanwhile, can't let go.
Pickles is still Pickles, but there's something missing. I think there was a void in his life.
Alfred Lord Tennyson said, "'Tis better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all." And while Pickles has never heard of him, he certainly understands the sentiment.
Companion animals go right back to the beginning of the industry.
Billy Turner trained Seattle Slew to a Triple Crown win in 1977 with the help of a no-nonsense horse named Steamboat. In the 40 years since, he's seen it all.
Every now and again you'll see one that has a chicken that goes with it, and you'll see that when the horse is in the stall, the chicken will be on top of it.
The legendary Seabiscuit apparently had a whole posse. A horse, Pumpkin, a dog, Pocatello, and reportedly a spider monkey named Jojo, who probably looked like this guy. Sometimes it's just a couple of dudes living together, like Latigo Trail and his pig for a roommate. Charlie. Don't judge, it works for them. But some horses prefer things a little more tidy, like Breeders' Cup Sprint record holder Run Happy, and his brother from another mother, Sancho.
Sancho is a very clean cat, so he comes around, he will groom himself, and he's very good about it.
Sancho was found as a kitten outside the barn. He's never left.
They do have this kind of very playful energy in certain times of the day where, Run Happy will nip at him and Sancho will do the same thing. Yeah, they're just really playful brothers that get along and their own set of fast friends and what a 1,120-pound animal can be to an 11-pound animal.
But not all buddies are so peaceful. Sometimes they're just an ass. Fergie is a 1-year-old donkey. She does not like it when her BFF Can't Be Dazzled heads off for her morning workout.
When Fergie gets upset, she's typically kind of banging at the door. She starts to bring, all the hee-haw stuff starts.
But once they're reunited, well, just look at the pep in her step.
She is constantly right by her side and follows her everywhere she goes. But she's about the happiest little four-legged critter I think we've all come across. She loves Can't Be Dazzled so much. It's pretty remarkable how strong their bond is to each other.